Prodigal Steve returns to Stardew Valley. How's it going, everybody? Last episode, we mostly handled stuff around the farm, if I remember correctly. Made some... Did we make the sprinklers in the last episode, or have those existed for a while? I do not recall. I know, however, that we spent a bunch of time chopping stuff down over here, as well as planting these trees, which is nice. This episode, I have a note written here that it is Leah's birthday today. That is easy enough to handle. I know for a fact that Leah loves salad and also wine, so we will be gifting her some wine today, assuming that we can find her. She is somewhat elusive, despite the fact that she lives relatively close to our farm. We have, what, like 5 days left in winter. Almost done. Okay, so you two only ate one piece of hay each. Fair enough. Well, we got some milk today anyway. We got milk out of both of you, actually, which is nice. Ooh, I'm hoping that we actually have wine, now that I think about it. We might have sold it all. That could be a slight problem, now that I'm thinking about it. And I don't think we have a recipe for salad. Oh, no, we do. We just need leek, dandelion, and vinegar, none of which we possess. Beautiful. What about this chest? Nope. Let's head down to the chest by the kegs. I don't really want to call it a brewery because, you know, we're actually technically fermenting wine. We're not brewing anything at present, but that's a little like, ooh, we have one thing of wine. Good job, me. I know for a fact I didn't save that for this specific purpose, but I'm glad that I was too lazy to take it to Pierre or the shipping container. No, do not eat the cranberries. Harvest all of these berries, though, please. I desire it. Okay, so we have some wheat coming up. We have... These should be star fruit, and then just some other random plants. Our trees are looking good. Pleased with that. Alright, well, we can take all of these berries down here. We need to make more blueberries. More blueberry seeds, incidentally. So let's go handle that right now. And we will try and find Leah here as soon as is humanly possible. Then the rest of the day, honestly, I don't even know. Ooh, we have a purple mushroom, though. I know what we're going to be doing with that. Okay. Well, first and foremost, let's craft us a life elixir. That's pretty important. Get that in there. Next up, let's deal with these blueberries. I could sell the quality ones, and actually that might be the smart play. Nah, they're still more valuable as wine. There we go. We only have 14 blueberry seeds here. So we're going to need to get on that, since those are summer, I think. We have tons of cranberries to plant come fall, but nothing for spring and nothing for well, we have a little bit for summer. I should have saved some strawberries to turn into seeds, and I think I talked about doing that, and then I just didn't. All right. Let's see if Leah's at home. She is. Kel, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't want to come back to the city. Stop calling me. I don't want to hear from you anymore. Click. Steve. So I guess you heard me yelling on the phone. That was my ex. I feel like this is a conversation I don't need to be present for. I guess I better tell you a little bit about it. Okay. if you want to. We had an apartment together back in the city. I did odd jobs during the day and spent all night working on art projects. We barely made enough to scrape by. He's always nagging me to go back to school and study business or medicine, something with a lot of money in it. I guess the idea was to save up for a normal life, you know, a house in suburbs, kids, PTA meetings, that sort of thing. Don't move to the suburbs. Nobody deserves that. I wasn't ready for that kind of life. I had to leave, so I came here to pursue my dream of being an artist. That's a much better plan. Was that selfish of me, Steve? No, it had to be done. No, and your ex sounds like an idiot. No, but you would have been better off staying in the city. Yeah, a little. Yeah, but it's natural to care about yourself first. No, that had to be done. Take care of yourself, girl. You're right. I just wouldn't have been happy back there. It was better for both of us to end an unsustainable relationship while we were still young and flexible. Exactly. Anyway, I've been thinking a little more about that art show you had. I'm working on some new sculptures to display the show. I'm nervous, but the thought of getting my work out there is pretty exciting. I'm just glad you're on board with making Stardew Valley a premier art destination, Steve. Yo, art is important. Hey, happy birthday, girl. I did remember your birthday. I did not have to write myself a note for it. I totally remembered of my own volition. I think I've talked about this before in episodes, about how, like, I did a bunch of art in high school, but I'm, like, real bad at it. So that's why I did not pursue that particular career. I just don't have the dedication to do art. It's really easy for me to get discouraged when I'm making, like, any kind of art. Because, like, if it isn't perfect immediately, I'm just like, well, this is never going to be good, giving up forever. It's like, good on all of the artists out there who actually, like, can dedicate themselves to their craft. Alright, so we have Feast of the Winter Star in a couple of days. That's pretty good to know. We have Evelyn as our, like, gift recipient, if I recall correctly. So we're just going to give her a diamond, because I know she loves that. Alright, well, what do we do with the rest of today? Like, in the weird part of the year now, where we do, but we don't really have a bunch to accomplish. Like, we could go to the mine, but it's a little late in the day to go now, so we would have to go tomorrow. Try and get some more iridium. And I might do that. Just because we're gonna need the iridium for sprinklers, for upgrading our equipment, etc., etc. So yeah, I might do that. Although, now that we have a ton of sprinklers, assuming we only plant crops outside in the sprinklered areas, our chore load actually won't change that much. Even once spring hits. Like, we'll have a couple of days, or at least one day, where we're planting a bunch of crops, but then planting and watering a bunch of crops. But then after that, we'll basically just have the same morning that we have now. You know, go handle our animals, let them outside to do their thing, and then the day is ours. So I've largely accomplished everything I think I set out to accomplish this winter. I did not mean to buy a spinner. You can have that back. Like, I know I'm taking a loss there, but this is acceptable for me to not have that in my inventory. I will not forget to respect the water, Willie. I assure you of this. Okay, well, what do we do now? We could head up to the other mine, which is, like, substantially easier to deal with. Get some stuff there. Because there's not much we can do as far as the community center goes. Because I still have no idea how to catch a friggin' tiger trout. Or an eel, admittedly. We're working on apples. Can't do any of that other stuff. Who do we need to talk to today? I don't know. Hang on. Have we talked to... We haven't talked to Krobus at all this week, so let's go do that as well. Check in with with our buddy Krobus real quick. That's something to do today anyway. I guess we can hunt for some more forage to make a little bit of money. Although those roots are just going straight into the fridge, which is maybe better. I don't know, how many... Do we have any cave carrots on hand? I suppose we can check that as well. Mixed seeds, I don't care about. I do want to keep the clay, though, because we need that for various construction projects. We have a single cave carrot. All right, well, let's make a roots platter, then. We can make sashimi as well. Yes, roots platter, please. We can go ahead and drop that in the chest in here. Put this clay away while we grab a diamond. We're getting a little low on diamond, although we are still continuously producing more, so not overly concerning. So long as we're a little more, you know... What's the word that I'm looking for? Like, we use them a little more sparingly. You know, we're not just handing them out. Phrase that kind of awkwardly, but I know there's a word that I could fit in there that would make that sentence make sense. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. All right, so this is 35 long. I guess I could just count our sprinklers, huh? So this is 24 times 3. That's 72 plus 3, 6, 9, 10, plus 80. So 72 plus 80 is what our field is going to be. I just want to have that jotted down so I know how many seeds to buy here moving forward, or I guess coming up, I suppose. We can make some wood floor for over here, I guess, because that's the thing that we need to do. I guess it's just going to be another day of managing the farm. I do want to keep making blueberry seeds as well. And I think I'm going to do the same thing I did with the cranberries. Get about 100 of them, and then call it done. But I'll probably just plant like 72 of them in this section, and then do other crops over here, maybe. But we're going to need more iridium sprinklers before we handle that. But let's go talk to Krobus, because I said I was going to do that. And then I forgot, I got distracted. So we'll go see Krobus, and then we will handle the rest of the stuff on the farm. We're actually in a decent spot financially. I've been better about the money lately. I know there's a couple episodes in a row where I'm like, I know I'm spending a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. And then the very next episode's like, I know I'm spending a lot of money. Because we used to have a ton more, admittedly. But, well, I guess not a ton, but like 25,000 more. Omni-geode, crystal floor recipe. All right, well, I do not want any of those things. Thank you, though. I appreciate you being down here and, you know, having your goods available to me, even if I am not particularly interested in them. Now we can go back and make wood floors, because I definitely want floors up in that area where we're going to have our tappers. Just that way I don't have to keep going over there and maintaining the rows, you know, clearing seeds and stuff out of them. We can just set it and forget it and then go over there whenever we are inclined to do so. We actually have a bunch more wine today. Beautiful. This 3, so that's 4, 7. Beautiful. Yeah, all right. That's going to be making us a bunch of money, having the wine available to sell. Although we won't be able to sell it tomorrow because Pierre will be closed, which is unfortunate. but understandable. Dude's got to take at least one day off, right? Okay, well, let's make some wood floor. Do we want wood path or wood floor? I kind of want wood path. I think that'll look a little bit better. I don't want to turn all of this wood into path, but I do want to fill these entire areas in. Like, I just don't want to use more raw wood than I have to. Alright, so that was 20. We're actually going to need one up here as well. So let's see, that's 21. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 26 because we're going to have one there as well. So it's 26 for each of these rows. Okay. Well, we can make 27 of them then. And then we can do this row. Oop. It's getting a little late here. That's acceptable. And then we're also going to have to do, you know, across the tops here, but that's all right. Let's see. We're going to have 4 more. So what's that? 80, 108. If I did my math right there. Oh, that's actually like way less wood than I thought. I mean, I know each one of these paths only takes 1 wood, but still. Oh, that's much better. Alrighty. This is... no. Okay. I almost made a little bit of a silly mistake. Like, it would be completely correctable. We just use our axe to pull the path up, but still. I've already made enough mistakes planning out these rows. We are going to have, like, 1 off just because that tree is there, but I still don't want to rip that down because I'm pretty sure it is a maple tree, and I'm pretty sure it's also our only source of maple syrup right now. So we should have 1 piece left over, which we can actually fill in on one of the side paths if we're so inclined. Can I put... yeah, because I know trees can grow here, because we had one right there. So I might as well put that path down in front of the shrine. And this side, I think I'm just going to leave. Like, if more trees want to grow up over there, I mean, let them. Not overly concerned. Okay, I did miscount. I don't know how that happened, but this is acceptable, I suppose. Alrighty. And it is like midnight, so let's head into bed actually. Before it gets too much later. Do I want to go to the mine? I mean, not really. Like, I do want to get more iridium, but also, like, I just kind of don't feel like doing the mine today. Feel like handling some more farm stuff since we are getting close to the point where we're going to be on the farm a lot more often. So maybe we just keep doing what we're doing right now for the duration of this episode. Feast of the Winter Stars tomorrow. Fair enough. Little extra luck. This is a rerun. Radish salad. We already know how to make that. Okay. This is also fine. Oh, hey, Leah. Hi, Steve. Beautiful day, isn't it? I brought you a gift. It's a sculpture I've been working on just for you. Hey, it's awesome. Steve, Leah's sculpture. It's called How I Feel About Steve. I hope you like it. I love it. Thank you so much. Like, having somebody make art for you is the most, like, surreal and also flattering thing imaginable, I think. Where do we want to put this, though? Hang on. Let's put it right here next to our sweet throne. Beautiful. I love it. Like, have you ever had a friend make art for you? It's crazy. Steve, I'm really glad you've become a part of our community. I've enclosed a 500 gold check from the Stardew Valley Agricultural Fund to help you continue your good work. Maybe you can buy some more seeds with it. Sincerely, Mayor Lewis. Thanks, Lewis. Tomorrow's the Feast of the Winter Star. Did you get a gift for your secret friend Evelyn? The feast starts at 9 a.m. in the town square. See you then. I did. I mean, I technically already had the gift, but, like, I got it covered. Don't worry about it. I should put a diamond in my inventory right this second, though, while I'm thinking about it, because otherwise, by the time I record the next episode, I guarantee I'm going to forget. Chicard, I did not mean to double check on you, but I'm glad that you look fine. All right, cheese, milk pail. Grotto looks fine as well. This is good news. Large milk. And Gappo also looks fine. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. 2 large milk? Ladies, you're too kind to me. No, do not drink the large milk. Put it in the cheese maker so we can make some money. Alright, good deal. Animals are handled. Got some sweet new decorations from Leah. All that stuff can go in there. Let's go say hi to the doggo. Where are you at, doggo? Yeah. Okay. Let's make some seeds here real quick. No. Oh, you got 4 mixed seeds. Okay, well. And that's not so bad, I guess. I'm not super interested in having mixed seeds, but, you know. Better than not, I suppose. Wheat. Parsnips. You know what? I'm actually going to turn these parsnips into seeds. Can I turn wheat into seeds? I can. Ooh. Well, that's going to help out with making beer moving forward. Because I was just going to throw that wheat into the kegs, but this is much better, I think. Oh, we have another parsnip. Fantastic. Okay. Well, that's exciting. Let's go ahead, come over here, finish these pathways. How's that sound? All right. What do we have? We have 2, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we're not actually going to need the full 10 for this row, just for the top row. Please. Oh, there's a seed there. Okay. Acorns. Where do acorns go? This row? And then this row? No. I'm incorrect. It is actually these rows. Beautiful. See, this is nice. I'm digging this. Having all these areas open. All right, so we need to make 9 more. Presumably, assuming that I know how to count, which the odds of me being able to count are dubious at best. I do also want to put one like right here. Just that way there's nothing impeding us from walking in this direction. Maybe I'll even put the like wood paths through this entire area behind the greenhouse here. Just to be sure. Oh, that looks ridiculous, though, admittedly. All right, so you know what we do instead? Let's actually pull these up. The only one we... Well, did not mean to do that. Let's take that up. We need another pine cone now. Because I'm an idiot and I misclicked. I don't think we have any other seeds, though. No. No, we do not. Welp. That's fine-ish. Let's go ahead and grab some stone, and we can put a cobblestone path over here. All right, we actually have a ton of resources, which is nice. I don't know how many we're going to need. All right. Looks like 6 more. Assuming that we want to keep this the way it is. Yes, that seems fine. Now we're not going to get anything weird back here. Should put wood path here as well, but cross that when we get to it. Look at this whole area now. Look how nice this is. This is beautiful. I'm digging it. All right. Let's come down here, actually, and start digging these up. We'll leave all the trees that are already growing where they're at, and just take the seeds to transplant back up in the appropriate area. This is probably just all going to be pine cones, because this is like a pine forest down here. I think I've eradicated most of the tree diversity in, like, the farm, which was a little misguided of me. Should have planned that through a little bit better. But it's not like we don't have trees that are gonna come up, you know? We do have oak and maple and pine all just ready to start growing once spring happens. So in the meantime, might as well clear these out. Could chop down these big boulders and stumps and stuff as well while we're over here. Might as well get the hardwood. Today's Wednesday? Yeah, let's actually clear out all the not trees. Like these branches, rocks, stumps, all this stuff can go. Really clear out the majority of the detritus on the farm. It's taken a long time for us to get here. I know, like, cleaning the farm is probably one of the first things that most people do, although I don't think that's necessarily the wisest strategy, admittedly, because I think you do want to leave trees and stuff in part of your farm wild, just so that you can get, you know, wood and stuff should you require it. But definitely getting the hardwood, like the stumps and the logs and the big boulders out, that's a pretty key first step, maybe. You know, deal with all that stuff. Like, man, our farm's in such a good spot. I'm so pleased with how everything's turning out. It's not the most efficient farm, admittedly, but I'm still quite happy with it. Alright, can I get down to this log at all without having to chop down more trees? Yes. I believe I can. Beautiful. Should be a little bit more hardwood. Yeah, 8 more hardwood. Which I guess, you know, could be constituted as a little bit. It's, you know, 4 times the amount that you get out of a stump. So I don't know that I would necessarily use the term a little bit, but I guess that is technically relative. It's a lot fewer pieces than you would get, like, out of, like, of regular wood from a tree, so it is what it is. All right. What other floors can we make? I do want stone floor up in this area, so maybe we'll do that. Ooh, we have acorns up here. Well, that's exciting. Train is passing through. Not interested. I've never gotten anything worthwhile out of trains, I don't think. Unfortunately, I can't move that chest because there's just too much stuff in it. But this whole area is going to be stone floor, including under that chest, all the way down to here. And it's going to be like 5 by whatever. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So we've made 5 already. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beautiful. Alright. Well, might as well put this stuff down. Now this is going to be furnaces and crystallariums over here. Ooh, speaking of. Give me that diamond. I did not mean to misplace that floor. Yeah, this is going to be just a bunch of furnaces and also like some crystallariums once we can actually manufacture them. And this chest is going to get moved over to like there, I think. There's so much stuff here. Well, hey, there's that diamond that I wanted to put in my inventory. So, just going to leave that down here in that corner. And I think I have it planned so the crystallariums are up in like these 2 rows. And then furnaces start like in this row. So we can go ahead and move that now. I don't want to move the crystallarium just yet. And I would love to move this chest, but there's just too much stuff in it for me to do that right now. We can always go put these acorns down. Start finishing this stuff out. We're going to have a ton of trees coming up here very, very shortly. Not nearly as many maples as I would like. Or as many pines, honestly. These are pines over here, if I remember correctly? Yeah. Okay. Well, we actually will have tons of pines. Disregard my previous statement. I should probably put a... You know what? We could put another tree there. That's fine. Might as well, right? I don't think anything can go in that spot, so... I think that's all of our pines then. 2 rows of pines. 2 of these, 2 of those. Beautiful. Okay. Well, that is fantastic. Quite pleased with how that's turned out. This is looking nice. I guess that can just sit in there for now. Let's do some more seeds real quick before we do anything else. Mushrooms can go in there. These parsnip seeds can go in there. I think we just have 3 blueberries. And we're going to go plant the rest of this wheat. Because why not? We have sprinklers in here. We might as well use them. And I did see us get an artisan good there. Oh, and that's a perfect amount of wheat to fill those spots. Ooh, and actually, since we do need another pine cone right there, beautiful. Well, that worked out perfectly. Okay. I feel pretty good about how the farm's looking, all things considered. We have a ton of hardwood, artisan goods, and so forth. We have a bunch of pine tar that we're just straight up not using. All right. Things are really coming together. I'm quite pleased. Okay, well, I think that's probably going to do it for this episode then. It's getting late. We've accomplished a lot of stuff around the farm. think we're probably good. Yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. As always, feedback is welcome in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time.